dies. Kicker unmasked, live it loud. Break the silence, join the crowd. Rock the planet, feel the fire. Shake the world, lift it higher. Whoa! Wires twist like veins of steel. Born to crush, born to feel. Lightning runs through every chord. Power surge, the final word. Shatter chains with sonic waves. Carve the air like razor blades. No escape, no retreat. Victory tastes so sweet. Kicker unmasked, live it loud. Break the silence, join the crowd. Rock the planet, feel the fire. Shake the world, lift it higher. Hey, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, girls and little boys, wink, wink, welcome to Unmasked Tuesday night. I understand this is the first Unmasked for Andrew McGill. What, you're running a commercial during my monologue? Come on. Huh? All right, we're back. So, I understand that we've got a new member of Kicker Club and the Kicker family, Andrew McGill. Is that correct? Andy, you're on Living Loud with Andy. I see you're on there. And yes, you said that your little man is taking a siesta during the grand opening of Unmasked tonight. So at least he's in the room. That's fantastic. Congratulations and welcome to the world. I'm sure your lovely wife needs a break, so it's nice that you're taking responsibility tonight. So thank you for that. Bobby Burkett, could somebody give Bobby Burkett a call or tap him on the shoulder or something? He hasn't tuned in yet, and we're curious, where is Bobby? Generally speaking, Bobby is the first guy to tune in, and I haven't seen him at all, so I'm a little bit concerned about Bobby. Somebody please give him a call or something like that. I want to make sure he's here. Speaking of here, so tonight we have, of course, Stephen Bambro. He is working the cameras. Actually, right now he's snoozing behind the camera, but that's okay. We don't really need a camera right now. We've got JW, who is running things tonight, like almost completely by himself back there, because JW is going to spell Ernie so Ernie can come hang out on camera. Yes, we're going to have Ernie on stage with us tonight. And of course, Colonizer, he's back there doing his social stuff. So we got a full crew tonight, which is fantastic because I haven't been here for a little while and I really like having a full crew. So we've got some special guests tonight, SoundsGood Stereo. These guys are out of Mont Juliet, Tennessee, and they've been around since the early 80s. These guys have been around a very long time. They know what they're doing, and we're going to talk about their specialty craft, which is premium drop-in, plug-and-play, high-output audio systems, specifically for Ford F-150s and GMC Chevrolet pickup trucks. So we're going to spend some time with those guys tonight, and they're going to walk us through their shop with a camera so you guys and girls can see what they do, the high level that they work at. So give us a couple of minutes. We're going to get Ernie up here with a microphone and a headset, and we're going to get our guys. Looks like they are ready and waiting. So we're just a couple minutes away from the live event, so stay tuned.
more than 50 years, KICKER has been rocking the planet on anything that moves. KICKER, the legacy continues.
Welcome back. Hopefully we didn't wake up little Andrew because we don't want him crying and all that kind of stuff. So obviously this is my esteemed colleague, Ernie.
Hello,
What's your
Ernie.
real name, Ernie?
It's Ernie, actually.
It's just Ernie?
It's Ernest.
It's Ernest. You hear that?
Yeah.
Like Ernest goes to camp.
That's it.
Ernest saves Christmas.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up.
Don't you love him being on here,
I
guys?
really appreciate you bringing that
We're going to
up.
have so much fun tonight.
Yeah.
So Ernie, our friends from SoundsGood Stereo, how did this come into being?
Well, it's funny because I was actually, when I started building my new truck, I was looking around on the internet at pillar covers.
A-pillars.
A-pillars,
Okay.
yes. And their stuff came up right off the bat, and I was like, man, I really like that. And so I contacted Dawn, and we visited, and they're like, yeah, we can make this happen. And then I started looking at their website even deeper and realized that these guys have a lot of stuff that's going to. So what I wanted to do at that point in time is buy back some of my time.
Yeah.
and they have some really, really cool stuff, and you're going to see some of this, with the pictures. Top quality stuff, to the degree where could I do some of this work? Yeah, but it's going to take me a really long time. And
Yes.
Sage and Dawn have already done this, and it's fantastic. And
Yeah.
it's just no reason to waste time when you got this kind of a quality. And so that's how it kind of started. And I just dug deeper and deeper in the website and kept finding things I needed. Well, again, it saved me a ton of time, and I'm trying to get this truck ready for a show, and so this really helped me out a lot.
So let's bring these guys in, and we can talk more about them with them.
Let's do that.
Gentlemen, welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
Don, wave your.
Dawn, Sage.
Who's Don and who's Sage?
Dawn. Sage.
Hi, Don. Hi, Sage.
Nathan.
Nathan. Hi, Nathan.
Nathan's the star on film. I see him all the time.
Thanks, guys, for being here.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having us.
So we have an opportunity to check out your shop. Is that right? You're going to walk us around a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, let's start with real quick. Give us an idea, because I mentioned in the opening that you guys have been around since the early 1980s. So what got you guys into this business?
Sage.
Which wow, good question. Business
Anybody?
right now is totally different than how we started. We started out in South Florida in Miami, downtown Miami, working on Porsches and Ferraris and all that type of stuff. And then we ended up moving up to Tennessee and bought four-wheel drive trucks and got into doing audio and trucks. So we had to fit the mold,
Yeah,
So
for sure.
That's where we're at now. So been up
Oh,
here
excellent.
since, I don't even know. I don't know.
2018.
2018,
So
we've been
going on 8 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so still quite a while in that location.
Yes. Yeah, and the plug and play and the specialty in the trucks, that's what, about 6 years now. It's kind of, we've been 2 vehicles. So we kind of
Okay.
stopped doing retail and stopped working on all these variety of vehicles. And we just narrowed our focus and trying to become an expert on just a limited amount of vehicles. And that led
Sure.
into the manufacturing and production you see today.
Okay. So real quick for the folks that are watching that don't know what your specialty is, give us a brief overview of what it is you specialize in specifically.
Yeah. So the main 2 vehicles are 2015 plus F-150, 2017 plus Super Duty, any factory system from non-amplified to B&O, and then the GM trucks with Bose, 2019 plus and 2020 plus of the HD trucks. So just
Okay.
those 2 platforms.
Okay, so you guys are laser focused on these trucks. And what is it that you make for these trucks?
I mean, everything from a simple harness all the way up to pre-tuned $20,000, $30,000 plug-and-play systems shipped to their door.
$30,000 system for a $60,000 pickup. I love it. I love it.
I get it.
So it sounds like you guys take a lot of the R&D out of a do-it-yourselfer guy that maybe they can or can't do that level of work, and you do it for them and then give it to them in a package that is pretty much just bolted in, hook it up, and enjoy it.
That's exactly it. So we build the entire system in-house, and then we actually load every single one in a truck and fully tune the system and verify everything. And then we remove it from the truck and actually ship it to the customer. So when they get it, everything's been verified, validated, no surprises, and it's just like if you were to bring the truck to us.
Okay, let me make sure I understand this. So even if you're doing the 51st F-150 from 2025, you still put that system in a real truck to do the tuning.
Absolutely.
So it's 100% guaranteed to fit and work perfectly because you've already done all the hard work.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Wow.
because we're hand making so many of the harnesses, we're human. So a simple positive negative being switched, we want
Sure.
to catch that before we ship it out to the customer.
Yeah. Wow. So now let's say that, okay, so I'm not a do-it-yourselfer. I'm going to pay someone to do it for me kind of guy because I'm not handy like Ernie. So what if I wanted you guys to put it in my truck for me? Can you guys do that?
No, we only do our elevated package, which is the $36,000 package. We do no other installations anymore at our facility. We're
Okay.
just hyper focused on shipping these systems around the world, and it's just what we enjoy doing, just sharing our craft with everyone around the country.
So if I've got a dealer here in Stillwater, you could actually ship it to me and I could have them put it in for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Since everything's already been figured out, it's a very straightforward install. It's just basic power, ground, running the bass knob, and mounting things in place.
Wow. That's fantastic. I love this concept. Any chance you guys will branch out to maybe Toyota pickups in the future?
You know, we always get excited about additional vehicles.
Yeah.
Sage, no.
But
That's a no.
Sage, no.
That's a hard no.
we don't know what's next. We still have some GM products that we're about to release. But what we found is there's still a lot more of the customers out there that, that still need to find out about us and that need to experience what we have to offer, even with these two vehicles. And every year, there's more changes. So there's a lot of little nuance variations with these two vehicles. And when we say plug and play, we have to know all that. We have to know every little wiring difference, every little, mounting tab difference, etc. And it's pretty crazy how many differences there are.
Can you guys show us some of the things we're talking about so the audience has an idea of what we mean by plug and play?
Yeah. So here's one right here. Let me switch the camera around. Let's see. So this is for a GMC truck. And so we're manufacturing the actual rack itself, and it goes behind the back seat. And then, of course, we got the KICKER amplifier on board. But when we say plug and play, we're literally making this harness that plugs into the factory Bose amplifier. And then, of course, it goes to LOC. And the main purpose of this is to trigger a relay. So when you go and plug in your enclosure, you have the LED lights and then the subwire on XC connectors. And then, of course, the amplifier is already pre-tuned, preset, everything. So it ships like this, of course, with a bass knob, power, and ground, and then some like glands and zip ties. But literally, this just mounts in factory locations. You plug in the factory Bose connector, plug in your subwoofer with the LED lights, run your bass knob, power, ground, turn the key, and you're done.
So the installation time for an average guy would be how long, you think?
What do you think, Serge?
A day.
A day?
A day, okay.
Yeah.
So you can get that level in one day. That's incredible.
Yeah. And then here's another one. This is for the Ford. Let me switch back to this. So, the camera's backwards. So similar concept. This one's a little bit different because we're utilizing the key lock to fix the factory roll-off that's present in the B&O systems.
Yes.
But same concept. Everything's already wired. All this harnessing's made in-house. plug and play out the B&O amplifier, and same story, power ground, and then of course the brackets to mount it to the truck.
You know what's really cool about this, guys, is that when I'm out in the road doing trainings, I'll get a lot of guys talking about the B&O systems in the Ford trucks and the challenges with it. And the simple solution is the key lock, which you guys are using. And for folks at home that don't know what bass roll-off is, the factory audio systems, at a certain point in the volume knob, the bass stops getting louder, but the mids and highs get louder. Yeah. So if you don't fix that and you add a real high-quality subwoofer, you're not getting all the bass you're expecting or that you're paying for. So the key lock fixes that, so you're getting all the bass you're expecting.
Correct.
So that's a great point to make. Thanks, guys, for bringing that up.
Yeah.
So, Ernie, you've been sitting here kind of quiet. Thank you for that.
It's rare.
So on their website, you were kind of poking around. You think we should show the guys what you were looking at? Is that a good idea?
Yeah, I mean, I think we can. Let's walk through it. I think it's a great idea.
J-Dub, can you pull up my laptop, please?
So I found these guys literally through just doing a Google search. And what's funny is Sage and Don have been on the show before, but I didn't connect all this together as a consumer. But they came up in a Google search, and I saw the pictures of these pillars, and we're just like, oh my God, that's exactly what I'm looking for. And so it draws me over to their website, and then you're looking at right now is you're looking at 2018 Ford F-150 Super Crew with non-amplified system. So I type all this in, and then boom, this stuff starts coming up. So the amp board comes up, and I'm like, oh wow, okay. So I can get this done. One more piece of this system done, and so I check the box on that. And I dig it even further, and I think if you back out of that, you can see more of the goodies. Well, just hit back on your browser.
Back there.
There you go. And you can see, so there's the different types of amp racks. So this is the one I have, is the larger one, and I think they've got two more. That's right. Is that right, Don? Two other amp racks for my truck?
Yeah, total of 3. Yeah.
Okay.
They're just different sizes.
Yeah, and so for different needs. So I wanted the entire rack, and so if you back out that again, I think you'll see all of the goodies for my truck. There you go. So this is all the stuff, and the easy button is what Don calls it, and I agree with this. I think that's exactly right. You look at the pre-tuned plug-and-play systems he just brought up over there, and this is the stuff that you want to take it to the next level, and you this is where it's going to be. This is everything's done, other than install, and Sage spends time tuning this, and like Don said, they go through this and check it on every vehicle to make sure that when it gets to your door and installed, it all works. And everybody knows that an installer, there's nothing worse than putting gear in, and when you get it there, it doesn't work. It's incredibly frustrating. And Sage knows that, and so does Don. So they've tried to mitigate these kind of problems, but I hit the easy button in my world, but if you want to hit the easy button and take the whole thing to the next level, you can do that. And that's what's cool about it. I've never seen anybody else do this. I've been in the industry since '86. I've never seen any business model like this ever. I think it's completely unique. And when I found this out, what they were doing, I'm like, Don, we got to get you guys back on the show. I don't think I handled this right last time. And I think it's very unique, and it's very cool. And the support is outstanding. The videos they offer are outstanding. To the degree where I went and looked, I didn't know what I was going to expect on this truck. I needed to know where to drill. I didn't want to do things wrong. And they helped me with all this kind of stuff. And, this has been an A+ experience for me, dealing with these guys and dealing with all their gear, 100%.
That is amazing testimony, because so as you guys know, our audience knows, Ernie's been not just at Kicker for a really long time, but in the industry for a really long time. I mean, he looks very young and handsome, but he's really old. So he's been around a very long time. And no, I'm serious. Look at him. He's a handsome guy.
Aaron.
But Ernie can do a lot of high quality work, but he wants time more than he wants to spend getting in the geek level. So you guys provide a solution for a guy like Ernie or a guy like me who doesn't have that level of capability, but still wants the premium experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's walk through Ernie's actual system, because he's got some great pictures of what he put into his truck. And so I'd like to switch over to that. So let me pull up the Ernie file.
Yeah, so we tried to document as best as we could, kind of getting through the install, and because I knew at some point in time we were going to talk about this. So these are primitive iPhone pictures, and my messy shop. You'll see in the background and all that stuff, but I think you'll get the point. So back.
J-Dub, can you? Okay, thank you.
So back, I don't know, December, early January, I forget. This is the amp board, which has. Oh, you can already see there's several hours in this already. And I just, I literally spent a few minutes laying this out to kind of see what was going to fit where. And I wanted to have that DSP processor up and down. My OCD wanted it up and down, but my common sense says put it where I can access the RCAs. So you've got the Helix processor there, the Riven, my buddy Todd, that's his company. He's been on the show before. Shout out to him. And then the 3 LX amplifiers. And so this is how the system started. And Aaron's going to click through here. That's once it's in the truck. Now, so let me say what's cool about this. So you see there on the left, that bracket. These guys have figured out a way to get the top of this amp rack mounted on the factory brackets. So you simply, really, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, Sage, I don't think that you guys intend for people to remove the seat, but I needed to get access to many things, and so I went ahead and pulled the seat. Yeah. And then I simply put a little weight on it, leaned into it, and put the bottom bolts in, which you'll see later in the photos. They're way later. And then next thing you know, this dude's mounted in, and I mean solid. Now you can see the brackets down on the bottom of it, I think, right there. So this amp rack is never going to move. It's stuck in there, and it's just not coming out. I pulled one of the amps out temporarily over there to check something. I forget what that was, but that ends up going right back in, of course. And then, of course, you've got the Warhorse stuff on the left over there for ground and hot. I wanted to have all of that convenient, so that was put there, and then a little fuse box above that to handle any other accessories that I was going to put in the truck at any given time. This is I forget what you call this. Don, tell me what that's called again right there. What we're looking at, the seal against the door, the foam.
The closed cell foam strip.
Yes.
Yeah, the foam strips to seal the speaker to the door panel.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So this is how it comes, Aaron. You get a harness, you get the strip, you get a piece of sound deadening, and then this is the speaker adapter. Now, why would I go with that speaker adapter? Well, there's a picture I think coming up next. This is the stuff that comes with it: the seal, the screws, everything comes with this. Everything you need. Another picture of that. There's it installed in the vehicle, the sound deadening. Okay, so that speaker ring is about the most robust speaker ring I've ever laid eyes on compared to, I had a photo in there, I thought we had another picture. There you go. There you go. That's what a typical speaker ring looks like. And so you're going to get resonance with that and all kinds of stuff. And I'm building an SQ car. I didn't want to have any of that. So this is what SoundsGood solution is. This speaker ring's not going to resonate. They sent the seal for the speaker that you see on the back of that, Aaron, when you clicked off of that.
There you go.
There's a seal that comes that you can put on the back of the driver to seal it against the door. I guess if you prefer, you could use that to seal the speaker ring against the door panel, but I had factory. I had some hush mat there, and it sealed against that, so that was how that worked. You see the block off plate there. Again, something that could be made, but making those is going to cost me a day, and Sage has already done that, and they fit perfectly.
Real quick, Don, for the folks that don't know, what's this block off plate for? Why do we need that?
Yeah, so from factory, you just have a large open cavity where road noise can leak through. Also, the rear wave of the door speaker can leak through that hole also and cause acoustical cancellation. So when you put that plate there, it's going to reduce road noise, add rigidity to that thin piece of, in this case, aluminum panel, and prevent that cancellation. So you'll get a boost in mid-bass performance. It'll sound less boomy and muddy like the factory does. So it's like it's a cost-effective way to improve even factory speakers.
So for the folks at home, when we talk about preparing a door, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about sealing it up and deadening it, making it more rigid, and getting a much better mid-bass snap out of it.
Yeah, create an enclosure the best that you can for the drivers.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Okay, so Ernie, let's move on. Oh, that's a close-up of that panel.
Yeah, and this stuff again is just, I can't really emphasize how well this stuff is built. It's really well thought out. The stuff is very robust. There's the speaker ring that seals up against the door. I mean, they just thought of all of this stuff. And okay, now this is what got me into this with Dawn and Sage. I saw these, and
what is this?
That is an A-pillar cover, the plastic cover for your A-pillar, which is your, in the vehicle beside the windshield. You'll see those, and you'll see it in the vehicle in a minute. And there are two drivers in there, a mid-range and a tweeter.
Oh, it's got a set there.
There you go.
We're going to grab a factory one real quick. So
okay.
Yeah, show the difference. And this actually in the light, that looks like it's actually a tan. It's black. It's just a flat black, and they've wrapped that. And there's the drivers installed. Now, Sage did that over there. I sent the drivers. He installed it. Now, here's what's cool. I can swap these out anytime I want. I'm not locked into these. That plate swaps out. Sage has thought all this out. He knows that people upgrade. They do lots of stuff. So that panel can be upgraded anytime I want. I pull it apart and go in there and put what I want in its place. And so this is pretty cool stuff, man.
He's got us a factory one there. Go ahead and tell us about that, please.
Yeah. So this is the factory one from Ford. So you have the factory tweeter mount and then the handle on there. And then this is the one that we manufacture in-house. So the handle is now removable, but you can see how we build the speaker portion into it. So
and you've upgraded from a single tweeter to a 2 3/4 inch and a tweeter.
Correct.
Yeah.
So your sound stage is much higher.
Yeah. And one little thing is, this is which is fine. It's a plastic texture, and then we wrap it with this nice vinyl. So it gives the interior a lot more like a lush feeling, and it just looks great.
Yeah, and one of the things I want to note about the wrap on that is this piece has some negative radiuses in it, which you'll see in some other pictures. Wrapping this was no easy task to get started. I'll bring at that in a minute. Let's talk about how this comes. So when it comes, it just comes with bare wires. You then put your connectors, whatever you choose to use, and I use these. So those are soldered onto the speakers. That's the other side in the truck, and so these are removable, where I can pull these out. Now I haven't put the cloth tape on the plastic connectors yet because I'm still in the process of working on this truck. But at some point that's going to get covered in that as well. This is everything connected as it's going together, and that's what it looks like in the truck and installed. And it just classed the truck up big time putting that in there, and that's without the handle. The handle will go in there next. Another thing cool about this, the factory handle has some really subpar pieces that go and hold that cover up the screws, and those things don't stay on very well. Somehow Dawn and Sage I don't know where they got these handles, how they got them, but these are upgraded, and that solved that problem as well. Now you can remove that and put it back on as many times as you need to. Again, another problem solved. And they shipped me candy.
Wait, is this Sweetwater?
I know, right? And so I brought you a piece of that. And so I just thought that was cool, man, to have that in the package. It's just a little thing, but I was like, that's pretty cool. And so my wife swiped a piece. I got you a piece, and I've got a piece left.
Hey, Bobby Burkett is asking, Ernie, does it play below 40 hertz?
You know, I don't know yet, Bobby, but we're going to find out. I'm not positive, but I'm going to go ahead and guess it probably will.
Hey, we've got some questions. We should probably get to our guest questions.
Let's do it.
So let's take a break and answer some questions here. Expand to the Yukons and Tahoes. What do you guys think about Yukons and Tahoes?
You never know. We don't know.
Okay, so not today, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Brian. Good evening, Brian Gary.
Brian.
Love the parts. Brian has also bought some stuff from you guys.
Yeah, appreciate it, Brian.
Excellent. Brian Gary's a local guy here in Stillwater.
Yeah.
Speaker rings for his Mustang and a key lock harness for his F-250.
Nice.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Thank you, Brian. What else we got for questions here? Jason, I call that a volume limiting effect, so it's not confused with a frequency type roll-off. I'm making up my own terms. You're doing great, Jason. Why Utopia? Everyone knows the K2 sound better. LOL.
Different.
Yeah.
Difference. Yeah.
Got it. Shoop, good evening, sir. You guys make anything for a Focus RS?
That's what Nathan has, so you never know.
Oh, cool.
Coming up.
You guys can connect after the show and talk Focuses.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Ask for Nathan.
After, okay. Good. Good evening, sir. Or a Fiesta asking for a friend.
We were talking about that earlier, weren't we?
We were. Older Ford A-pillar handle.
No, we just go down to 2015, and I don't know if we'll ever do the generation before to this level.
Okay, good question. Next question. Julian Justice, good evening. Sage, they've taught me so much. Thanks, Kicker.
That's one of our employees.
Oh, okay. I thought that was rigged.
Thanks, Julian.
Okay. Well, he's probably not lying.
Yeah.
He's telling the truth.
Yeah. So let's see. Ernie, do we have more pictures?
We do. And something else that you're not seeing in these photographs is the harness that I got from these guys. So the Ford trucks don't have, like in the old days, you'd have a Molex.
Yep.
And you could run wire through the Molex. And Don informed me that that's not the way this works.
You're talking about the door now.
Yeah.
The door. Okay.
Yeah. And so why is that important? Because I need to be able to get aftermarket power to these doors.
Sure.
And so since they're pinned, and if, by the way, you want to add additional wire to the doors, these guys have the ability to pin that. Is that correct? You guys can go back and pin that if you want to run another cable into the door. Isn't that something you guys can do? Is pin the?
We can do it, but it's not something that we offer.
So they don't do that. Well, it's so anyway. If you want to get anything else into those doors, these are pinned. So apologize, guys. I thought that's something you guys could do, but they can be pinned, and you can add additional speakers to there. But what this does, it's a speaker harness that runs up to the back of the truck, and everything hooks up, and now you've got back door, you've got front door, right there, and it's just done. And what else does that harness do?
Yeah, I mean, it provides you, in your truck, for example, the 4 channels of signal and 4 channels out. So you just run the 1T harness connected to your 4 channel, and you're there.
So if you're running high level, for example, you'd be able to do it with these wires.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Brandon Lele here at Kicker. He wants to know the frequency response of Sage's voice.
We talked about this. We think it's around 100.
17 hertz to 80.
17.
You know what Brandon said earlier? He said, "Man, you need to have the RTA when Sage gets on, and we got RTA Sage's voice."
Yeah, all three
Brandon,
of us,
we love
we
you.
make full range. You know.
Yeah. You guys make a heck of a barber's quartet, though. Or I guess that'd be it wouldn't be a quartet, but you know.
So here's a good question from Jason. I was wondering where that removable A-pillar handle came from, since the factory handle is not removable.
Factory handle is.
It came from a Ford vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay. There we are.
It comes with a set of A-pillars that you buy from us.
Inside secrets. I
Which
love
again,
it.
I mean, that was one of the things I had. Is like these factory panels, the factory handles, those covers don't hold up well to coming on and off, and they've solved that problem. Sage already encountered that problem and fixed it.
Nice. So Andy wants to know what subs you're running, Ernie.
We'll see.
We'll see. You'll have to come to our show. And
What's in it now won't be in there long term,
okay.
but it's in the process.
Forever changing. Ed's got a great question here. I can see it. I want to improve front mid bass by using an underseat sub. Can I safely preamp an HS8 with a Key 204? I see your larger underseats have a higher input rating, 10 volt versus 40 volt. So can you improve mid bass up front by putting a HS8 hideaway sub beneath the seat? What do you guys think about that, Don and Sage?
Sage.
Sure.
I mean,
It might work. It might not. You got to try it out and see.
you got to try it.
Yeah.
If it's a non-amplified or a non-B&O, it might be more successful. On the
Yeah.
B&O, I would worry about all the factory processing and phase issues. You won't know until you try it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great response, because we can't guarantee nothing until we try it.
We have to try it and see.
Which is, it's one of the things I love about your guys' program is that you test it in the truck before you ship it. All of them.
Phenomenal.
So that is amazing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we always have some amazing ideas, and sometimes they just don't work. As much as you think they'll work, you try it, and it's like, wow, we did not expect that. But at the same time, the opposite is true. Some things that might not look good on paper actually work. And so you just have to try it, especially when we ask customers to spend money.
Yes.
We don't want a guinea pig with them, right? We'll guinea pig on our own trucks. But, if a customer gives us $1, we want to make sure it's going to higher performance. And we've already been down this road.
Yeah. Well, that's part of the genius of you guys specializing too, is that you're laser focused on a couple of variables so you can get it right perfectly every time.
Yeah.
That's really clever.
Yeah.
Okay, this is how these. Let's go back to the computer there, J-Dub. Okay, so I took a picture of this because I wanted people to see how these are shipped, and these things are shipped in a way where there's no way they're going to get damaged. The box is way oversized, and these small pillars are shipped in a box that's huge, and there's no way they're going to get damaged. Again, I appreciate this, and so that's how they came to my house. That's the driver's side pillar installed. Again, these are black, but the lighting coming from outside made them look, gray. They're not. They're black. And let's see what we got next here, Aaron. That's a close-up of them. I don't know. Somebody asked me how these came to be. I am into 3D printing, and that grill is that has got to be cut in another. That's something else. I don't know how they did it, but that's something we can talk about. You guys want to talk about how that works? What'd you do?
Yeah, that's laser cut acrylic.
That makes sense, because there is no 3D printing on the planet that looks like. Now you can do some resin stuff, but it's not going to hold up for the car.
Yeah.
Phenomenal work right here, and that's really what they look like. The black, really better representation. Okay, so this is not a very good picture. Let's move on to a different pic here. I think
That's the last pick.
No, we had other pictures. What happened? Okay. For some reason they didn't. Okay. Well, that's weird. I had some pictures of this thing done.
Yeah.
Wonder why they didn't come through.
We have a truck we could show you.
Yeah, yes, please do.
Let's
Yeah.
look.
You want to give everyone a tour?
You got
around
two
the shop?
files, Aaron? Say again.
Yeah. Do you want to let everyone take a tour of the shop? Kind of show.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Okay.
No,
So
that's a
as
zip
you-
file.
So as you're going to see is we're set up as a manufacturer, so we don't do any installations or anything like that. This is where all the harnessing and the amp racks are loaded, and they of course go on these racks right here. We have tuned racks, untuned racks, so they'll go here, and then whenever we get enough of them, we'll pull in our trucks and tune them, and then of course they ship out the door over that way. So these are all the racks with the amplifiers. We have speakers, which something simple like this is we ship the speaker and the adapter, and then of course solder the connections. So it mounts into the factory locations. Again, just making it easier for the customer. I'll come back to show you guys this later. So this is all the plug and play section. Over here, we have some 3D printers printing some items.
Wow.
And then this is all the, what we call the a la carte section. So like Ernie received, you know, the amplifier racks, speaker adapters, packaging machine. And that's what all this is. Everything you see over here is all the a la carte stuff gets shipped out over this location. And then this is where the A-pillars are fabricated along with all the enclosures. And so Charlie's over there working hard, making some more closures. This is the behind the seat enclosure that goes behind the seat of a select Ford trucks. So it's a mix of 22 pieces of wood. Every piece has an angle cut with even 3D printed components. And what's interesting is Sage did his magic, and it's a vented application. It's tuned to the acoustics of the truck. Yeah.
Wow.
So really cool stuff there. CNC machine, of course, cutting out all the plastics and, you know, engraving all the logos and everything. So all the dusts and everything happen over here. And ultimately the product just heads this way. And so, again, we make about 1,000 SKUs in-house for these two vehicles. It's pretty wild.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's everything from,
Check your email.
you know, 3D printed tweeter adapters to amp racks, the block off plates, to all the pre-wired setups.
There you go.
Even
You
to,
can just run them that
we'll
way.
get to that one, but this is like a pre-tuned multi-channel amplifier rack that we tune with microphones. And here's one of my favorite enclosures for the GMC truck.
Nice.
That's pretty clean.
So just a little details on how we sink in the woofers.
Yeah.
It's all vinyl wrap, multi-layer. Everything's sunk in with multi-piece acrylics, all edge lit.
Hey, what's the retail on that with the woofers?
It's don't quote me. I think it's around 3,500 ish shipped to
Okay.
someone's door. So it's the 4.8 L7S's, a little intellectual property trade secret vented application.
Wow.
So Sage is really good, or I guess I should say we're really good about where we place the ports and how we tune them for the particular vehicle, right? Because just changing where the port is
Yes.
can make a dramatic difference. And so every enclosure has a different configuration to make it sound a certain way in a vehicle.
Give me a quick guesstimate, R&D time in an enclosure like that. How many hours are you guys spending in R&D?
I would say on like a GMC, on or off, probably 8 months.
Wow.
Yeah, just again trying something, and listening to it in the vehicle, and just throwing different things at it and seeing what we like and what performs. And because we have to go through the music library, right? We can't just listen to one song and say, oh, it's good.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more extensive than that. And then,
We got a couple questions. Can we answer a couple questions from the audience? Okay,
Absolutely.
let's pop up some questions there. Brandon again. Did you always have this much space at your location, or did you have to buy out your neighbors and knock down some walls?
Yeah, so great question. Yeah, we now occupy the entire building, so we can't kick anyone else out. But ultimately, we started off with what's this one? 2,500 square feet. So around 2,500, and now we're at a little over 6,000.
Wow, that's fantastic.
In just 3 to 4 years.
Okay, next question. Shoot Dog, are the pallets really suspended from the ceiling?
Yes.
Yes.
What's that about?
It helps with my voice.
Yeah.
It's
it
a bass
absorbs the
track.
higher frequencies.
Yeah.
Nice, Sage.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Our previous tenants had that put up, so we didn't take them down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it looked really cool.
Next question, please. Jason again, hello. Those A-pillars do look pretty factory looking. Maybe put grill cloth over the plastic grill. Maybe add a fender badge. That would be very stealthy.
He misspelled kicker.
He did. He did. Fender badge.
Want to bet there's there's not a fender. There'll be a kicker badge on there sooner or later. Yeah.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. So, anything else we should be looking at inside your beautiful shop?
Well, here, let Sage show you. This is one of our. It just happened to be here. This is a $36,000 system.
Ooh-wee.
In this 2026 Raptor R that we just got. And believe it or not, we do several of these a month. Wow. And what's beautiful is once it's done, it pretty much looks factory for the most part. And that's what's incredible about it. So I'll give the camera to Sage and let him go through it.
I'll show you the sub enclosure first. So this is, it's weird, the camera's backwards. Okay. So this is a 6'6" underseat enclosure, vented. It fits underneath the back seat.
Wow.
So that folds down and that's bolted to the floor.
Wow.
Very nice.
And then Nathan's gonna flip that side down, and then across the back wall back here is a bunch of Class AB power.
Wow.
Yep.
It fits beautifully.
Yeah, it's the same amp rack Ernie has in his truck, basically.
Yeah, theirs is cleaner than yours.
It is.
So, and then everything's in factory location, so it's actually a $2,000 set of components mounted in the back door.
Wow.
So
he must love his passengers.
Yep. And then same front, full sound treatment on the whole door, 8-inch mid bass in the front door. And
so
then
about how long does it take you guys to put the system in?
3 days.
Wow.
Tell him because
it's already done. I mean, we build everything, so the enclosure's done, the everything is done. It takes us to disassemble and sound treatment and everything.
Yeah.
That's a A-pillar installed.
That's like Ernie's, basically
seats.
Ernie's.
Yeah. The newer trucks have a slightly different shaped grill, and then it has a laser cut like B&O mesh style.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all you're going to see in the truck. Factory, infotainment, and then a bass knob mounted on the side of the dash. Which I'll pass the phone to Nathan, but that's pretty much it. So it's OEM looking, it's not flashy. There's nothing on in the truck.
If you guys go on the YouTube, and watch and bring up SoundsGood Stereo, you can watch them install these systems on Raptors. There's a lot of videos, and they're very detailed videos.
Wow.
Let me show them.
So, yeah.
All right, and then here's what happens when you throw the whole kitchen sink at a stereo. This was at MasterTech, a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah.
I don't know. Were you guys there?
Yes.
Yes, we had a crew there.
Yeah. I remember Kicker was there for sure. So this is the wagon from MasterTech that we built. So 12 8-inch subs in a sealed configuration on 6,000 watts of power.
Wow.
A total of, you can see 4 of the amplifiers here, but a total of 11 amplifiers in total. And in the front, which I don't know, let me see. So you can see the kick panel with the 8-inch in the kick panel.
Yeah.
Very
With
nice.
it, of course, we had to cut the car for the rear wave, and then the mid and tweet. Sorry, it's dark out here, guys.
It's all right.
But we have almost 2,500 RMS just on the front stage alone.
Wow, that's
And
crazy.
then 6,000 on the rear. So.
And that's your daily driver?
I wouldn't call it a daily. It's a little disorienting. It's a turbo station wagon from the 90s.
Yeah.
So it's already visceral and the almost solid motor mount. So
Yeah.
you got turbo sounds. You got this crazy stereo. I mean, it's a roller coaster ride if you could ever imagine. It's what happens when you throw almost $100,000 into a $500 car. That's what great investment, guys. But it's always teased people. It's like, well, you could go buy a $100,000 vehicle with a stock stereo and be bored, or you can have some fun in your life. And so
Yeah. You guys are living loud. That's awesome.
That's a fact. I'm trying to drag these guys out for SQ at HQ. I keep bugging them. I'm hoping we can con them into getting out here. We'd love to see them. So
we're gonna try our best.
Andy at Overkill Customs, he's coming out, so maybe you guys can carpool.
He is.
Yeah, maybe you could tow that behind the armored truck.
There you go.
He's gonna drive that out
awesome.
here, man.
Yeah.
He's driving that truck out here, man.
Yeah, Andy's he's on here tonight with us, and yeah, he's driving that beast out here, so we're
Yeah.
gonna hang out with that thing.
Yeah, that thing's awesome. I love that thing.
It is.
Well, guys, it's been a lot of fun tonight. Or anything we should talk about before we close up?
Well, we were thinking about this, guys. If y'all want, maybe y'all give one of these away.
Heck yeah, we like giving stuff away.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. I think that'd be a great idea.
Yeah, so pick one or the other, and ultimately 2019 plus GM truck, so that's Silverado or Sierra with Bose. But if you have an HD truck, you got to have a 2020 plus. So as long as you have Bose and the newer truck, you could choose that one. This one, 2015 plus F-150 or 2017 plus Super Duty. And we can configure it to whatever factory system you have.
Okay, so the folks in the audience, they can win their choice of one of these. So you got to have the right truck, guys and girls.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to have the right truck.
Don't sign up if you don't have one of those
Yeah.
trucks. Let it go to somebody that can use it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Don't call us with a Fiesta and want a plug and play system.
And you will have to call them to get this too, man. They're going to be asking you questions.
It's just not going to work when you go to plug it in, I promise.
Yeah.
You will be vetted.
Oh, that's cool. Well, thank you guys for doing that. Our audience
course.
loves it, and we're grateful to you for doing it.
Yeah, so we'll
Thank
maybe
you.
give that away
appreciate
sometime in May.
In May, next month. Tomorrow's
So,
May, yeah.
Yeah, maybe maybe in the middle of May or so. We'll try to
Okay.
get that done.
That'd be great.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
I
you,
love it.
guys. That's perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we appreciate
So-
you guys, all the support and just being a great company. So we can't thank you guys enough.
Back at you, man. I can't, I've had a lot of conversations with you in the last several months, Don, and I know that when the phone rings, you might roll your eyes a little bit, but you never indicate that to me at all, man. You're so polite to me, answering my stupid questions and me trying to figure things out, and I just really appreciate that. And thank you, Sage, for doing such an incredible job of getting this stuff put together. I really appreciate it, and thank you.
Yeah, much appreciated.
All right, guys. Thank you for your time. We'll see you later.
All right,
See you guys.
thanks,
Take
guys.
care, guys.
See ya.
So, Ernie, I think that I'm going to take a little break and put you back in the booth.
You're going to run me off.
Dude, I like you and all, but I'm going to close the show.
I'd rather be back there anyway.
Isn't Ernie great, everybody? Let's give a hand for Ernie.
Whatever.
Yeah, is it just me?
I think it is.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, I got my guys back there.
Woo!
What a bunch of support, man.
Ernie did great. All right, folks, we're going to take a minute break, so be right back with us, please.
KICKER Performance Audio. For almost 50 years, we've been rocking the planet with our world-class product covering everything that drives you, whether in your car, truck, boat, motorcycle, side-by-side, or even on your head. Kicker Performance Audio's passion for bringing you your favorite music like you've never heard it before is what drives us. So wherever you need us, Kicker Performance Audio will be there for you.
Hey, we're back. I got to move over a little bit because I'm not taking up enough camera space here. So we got some technical questions from Anthony. Thank you, Anthony. First question is, I currently run the dual L7X enclosure. That is our Kicker's unloaded L7X for 212 woofers. We sell it unloaded. You buy the woofers, you load it yourself. So this guy is running one of those with a pair of L7X 12s. It takes 12s. He heard that the new 12-inch Solo XS will fit into that same enclosure. Is that true? Yes, it is true. If you currently have our unloaded enclosure that takes one or two L7Xs, you can take those out and put the L7XS in the same enclosure. Now, of course, you're probably going to need more power because they do handle 50% more power. 3,000 RMS for the XS12 versus 2,000 RMS for the X. So you're probably going to need more alternator, more lithium, and more power. So yes, you can do that. Next question. I see you've got a new OA line that seems to be geared towards outdoor. Would these products sound good for home use as well? OA, I'm going to pull this up real quick. Jeremy, give me just a second. I want to show the folks our new OA series. Can you pull it up, Jeremy, please? So OA stands for Outdoor Audio. And Outdoor Audio is our new line of outdoor patio, bar, whatever, pasture, farm speakers, whatever you want. But these are completely designed for the outdoor environment. Will they work inside? Yes, of course they will. So you take a look, here's the family. These guys come in a 4-inch or 6.5 or 8-inch driver with a 1-inch tweeter. And then these use the same 8-inch driver as these guys, but these are a bollard style. So they're designed to sit on the ground. And then of course we have a subwoofer. This has a 10-inch down firing subwoofer, non-amplified, so it just works off your receiver. So all of these are designed to work with a home audio receiver. So here is the family of 4, 6, and 8-inch. And again, these are designed to be mounted in a trellis or on the eaves or on a post or a pole or pretty much anywhere you can physically fit them, you can mount them, and then they swivel so you can aim the output towards your area. And then this is the bollard style speaker. That's picture's a little dark there. Let me get a little better. Here it is again. And so again, this has an 8-inch driver and a tweeter. These come as a single because this is kind of designed to put around your garden area or your back patio, even your front yard. But you don't necessarily need to have stereo pairs of these. You can sort of disperse them around the area. And then of course the subwoofer. So again, all of these work with a home audio style receiver that is compatible with 4 ohm or 8 ohm load. And just hook them up and you got great sound inside or outside. So good question. Oh, and these are available on kicker.com today. We just introduced these, we just released these, so they're available now. All right, so there's your technical questions. Now let's look at fail picks. So I am going to pull up my file of failure picks. Ernie always finds the best fails. I'm not sure what that says about Ernie, but here we are. So here you've got a high output surface mount tweeter that is aimed down at the dash. So Ernie, you probably can't hear Ernie back there unless he's got a microphone, but he's saying this may not be a fail. Maybe these are so harsh that they aimed them at the dash to tone them down a little bit. Right, Ernie? That's what you're saying? It's not the traditional. And here is a oddly mounted 6x9 speaker, and you can see the blue tape here, I think it's paint masking tape, actually tapes the surround of the driver. Apparently they're trying to seal off the driver and the door to disconnect the front and back waves. So yeah, let's not do that again. And then we have this, which we're not really sure what's going on here. It kind of looks like my skin in high school. A whole lot of pockmarks, pimples and such, but maybe it was someone shot a shotgun inside the vehicle. That's a terrible idea, but that's what it would look like. So, oh no, it's starlight. It's a starlight effect. That's what it is. Just figured it out. Starlight LEDs. Okay, and then here's our good ground for the week. This is your professional grade grounding wire here. But also take a look at this power wire. It's a odd gauge wire, high current, going right through this nice shiny metal sharp edge that probably within 100 miles it'll short out and cause a nice little fire. So there you go. There are our fails for the week. Now I want to show you some cool pictures for the week. Now, I've had a few opportunities to go out and do some fun stuff, and I want to share with you a couple of these things. A instructor, a teacher at Pawnee High School here in Oklahoma, about half an hour from Stillwater. This guy asked if we could come out to his school in Pawnee. Here's a picture of me at the entryway here. Yes, that is a bear, a black bear at the entry to the Pawnee High School. A little frightening until I realized it was stuffed. So this instructor, this high school teacher, Cody Bowman, I give Cody credit because he reached out to us and he said, hey, can you come talk to our high school students about life after high school and what kind of technology KICKER uses at KICKER? And so I spent about 45 minutes with the students, and here you can see a famous Steve Irby picture from 1980, the original KICKER box. So I talked about KICKER as a company, as a brand, a lot of the technology, the engineering that goes into our products. Here's a picture of the students. They're engaged, raising their hands, asking good questions. And we talked about social skills and how to get a job, how to keep a job, mentors. If you're new to life, get a mentor. Find someone who's successful and follow them. Ask them to help you because successful people love to help other people be successful. So that was a treat to go out and talk to these students at Pawnee High School. So I wanted to share that with you. And this is the kind of thing that Steve Irby and KICKER encourage. They encourage us to get into the community and talk about fun things and help people develop. Speaking of Steve Irby, this is amazing. So we have a new record store here in Stillwater called Velvet Fudge. This is Henry. Henry's the proprietor. This is Steve Irby, of course. And this is Chris Peters, who is actually a reporter for the Stillwegian. And so Steve Irby took a album, Moses Live, unopened, original copy. He brought it to Velvet Fudge, and he signed it and gave it to the proprietor, Henry. This is an amazing thing where you've got two different generations of businessmen in our community passing the torch. As you guys know, vinyl is coming back, CDs are coming back because people want to be attached, connected to the musical experience. And of course, Mr. Irby loves that sense of enthusiasm and excitement for our industry and music in general. So here he is signing a Moses Live album, which these are very rare. By the way, if you can find one online, they're about $120 without the signature. So here's Steve and Henry was very appreciative. And thank you, Steve, for doing this, and thank you, Henry, for opening a record store here in Stillwater, Oklahoma. So that is that for the public service announcement. One more round of cool picks. Our friend Scott Williams at Sound Innovations. Scott put together this awesome KICKER demo truck, and this was featured in their St. Patrick's Day parade. Now, it was about 30 degrees in during St. Patrick's Day up in Kansas, but of course they went out and did it anyway. So you can see here, we've got our Street Series mids and tweets, a wall of mids and tweets. We've got some of our KM outdoor speakers, our marine speakers on this pickup, front, back, sides. Notice 3 Warhorse amplifiers. That's a Solo X15. There are 12. There are 2 Solo X12s in this build. Here's a marine amplifier, probably for some of the mids and highs. So this truck puts out a wall of sound, and he was telling us you could feel the bass 2 blocks away. Feel the bass 2 blocks away. So very intense. So here's that pickup, and they're pulling their trailer out here, Sound Innovations, up in Kansas, and doing the circuit. And here's the crew from Sound Innovations. Thank you, Scott. I think this is Scott over here in the corner. If I'm not mistaken, that's Scott right there. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Sound Innovations, for putting together a great kicker system and supporting your community. So that's the cool picks. Let's go back to me and my shining face, and I want to talk to you about some cool events that are coming up. We've got the Man Show, not to be confused with the TV Man Show. This is the live action Man Show. No trampolines, I promise. But we're going to be at this event up in Springfield, Missouri, and this is a good show. I think this is the third. Is this the third or fourth year we've done this, J-Dub? Third or fourth? We've done this a few times now. It's a great show. Fourth time? Third time. Okay, so third time we've done this, and it's just growing. And if anything, man, we're talking barbecue grills, of course, audio, sports, everything that has to do with what men love to do, it's at the Man Show. Also, we are doing the Super Cat Fest West at Lake Havasu, Arizona. That's coming up. And then 2 weeks later is the Desert Storm at Lake Havasu. So J-Dub and Stephen Bambro and a cast of other kicker folks are going to be at both of those events. So be sure to check those out if you're in the area. I know we've got some regulars that hang out in Havasu, and we love you guys and girls, so please go hang out with our crew there. So those are the events coming up. Now let's give away some stuff. We've got a couple, actually 3 different prizes. The third place winner gets TW1 in-ear monitors and a couple of koozies and a t-shirt. Who is our number 3 winner? Ernie B from Mesa, Arizona. Ernie B, love the name, Ernest B from Mesa, Arizona, winner number 3. Number 2 gets the TW2s, which is the step-up in-ear monitors. Jason C from Oklahoma City. Congratulations, Jason C, Oklahoma City. You're the second place winner. First place winner, Bullfrog t-shirt, 2 koozies. First place, Tyson B from Knoxville, Tennessee. Congratulations, Tyson. We'll be in touch, and you guys will get your free stuff. So that is it for the show, and Andy is taking off some time. He is going to enjoy being a new father again. So he's going to need a break, and of course, when you get some rest with a newborn baby, you take the rest. So Mr. Andy McGill, have a great evening. Take care of your new son. Welcome him to the world as well as the Kicker family. And we will see you all 2 Tuesdays, April 14th, which actually coincides with our Kicker University experience. We're bringing 20 of our top dealers from around the country to Stillwater, Oklahoma to spend some intensive time with them, including Andy at Overkill Customs. He'll be here with his SWAT truck. And I was driving in traffic the other day, and I want to bring this quick story up and then we'll close out the show. Driving in traffic the other day, and someone sped up and cut me off, and man, I was feeling heated. And if anybody knows how I drive, I'm a very sedate, calm driver. Right, Ernie? I'm a calm driver. Driving Miss Daisy driver. So this guy really irritated me, but I realized in the moment, 2 wrongs do not make a right. 2 wrongs do not make a right. But then it occurred to me, 3 lefts make a right. 3 lefts. Got it. All right, folks. Thank you for being here. We appreciate your time and your attendance. We love you. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Wires twist like veins of steel, born to crush, born to feel. Lightning runs through every chord, power surge, the final word.